the concept of GNH. Basically, if you talk about the concept of GNH, the concept was born before I was born. The concept actually came in place. The concept was conceived by our visionary, His Majesty the Fourth King, the father of our current king. When he was enthroned as a fourth king back in 1974, he has coined two prominent policies, the philosophy, which is a paradigm shift for us. First is measuring of the growth with happiness, gross national happiness over gross domestic product. And the second prominent policies, which we feel that is very important for us, which we felt the necessity of having that policy. That's why we regard our kings as a visionary. Just like our Dr. Mujumdar for Symbiosis International College. He has been visionary. That's why, like college has grown to this scale. University has grown to this scale. The second policy that His Majesty envisioned was for a small country like Bhutan. We don't have a luxury of having more space. But if you don't be conscious, if you don't be careful, exploitations can happen anytime. So for that matter, when you opened the tourism back in 1974, after the enthronement of His Majesty the Fourth King, he coined a policy of high value, low volume tourism. Because we want to have a higher value tourist in a low volume because we cannot exert the pressure of many people actually, uh, coming to Bhutan. So on the gross national happiness concept, I think time doesn't permit me to explain all the four pillars, 9 domains, and how we use it. But at the outset, when you say that Bhutan used that index to measure your growth and happiness, it doesn't mean that we do ask every household, every individual whether they are happy or not. If you ask them, they'll say, "Well, I'm not happy. Why? I broke up with my boyfriend. I broke up with my girlfriend. Why? My dad, mom, they're not giving me enough pocket money." I think this, like if you, it doesn't mean that we are actually transcending that uh, the happiness concept to individual level. But basically, on the happiness concept, it only means that whatever we do, if we cannot improve the life of our future generations, but don't try to finish up everything that is supposed to be owned by your future generation. So the word sustainability. So the GNH concept is very much ingrained in the concept of sustainability, sustainable development. So if you look into the four broad pillars, I think basically we talk about good governance, environmental conservation, which we are very much conscious of. Constitutional mandate is there to maintain the forest coverage at all times at 60% of the land coverage to be under forest. We do have cultural preservation. That's why, uh, what should I say? In Bhutan, a man gets to show their legs. So I think this is our culture, very much ingrained, and I don't feel comfortable without this dress. So this is not only our official dress, but this is our regular costume. So that's the culture identity that we have. So that is also very much ingrained in the concept of gross national happiness and equitable the development all across the country, irrespective of the ethnicity, irrespective of the region where you belong. But the development has to be equitable. So these are the four broad pillars that we act. So under four broad pillars, we do have 9 domains, which covers all the social sectors, economic aspect, and everything. But the important thing with us, with the GNH, is that whatever policy we put in place, all the policy has to go through that GNC, Gross National Happiness Screening Tool. Meaning to say that whether this policy is required or not, what will be the possible impact in near future? What will be the possible impact that is stemming out of this policy in 100 years from now? I think we might not be accurate in terms of forecasting what things are going to happen after 100 years, but at least give an attempt. Prepare for the worst case scenario. I think it's always good to be prepared. So that's where the very concept of GNH is ingrained, not really basing on individuals' happiness. And we are also very happy to mention here that United Nations has embraced that concept, and this I would say I feel that the concept of Sustainable Development Goal (SDG) is also, like, basically ingrained on that. And I have read a book written by a British woman, Donut Economics. So if you read this book, the Donut Economics, basically the donut economy is nothing but everything aligned to that the gross national happiness concept. So if you are interested to read about the gross national happiness concept, you can always access. There is a website. There's a lot of publications being done by Center for Bhutan Studies, CBS. So cbs.gov.bt. You can find out about the GNH, its concept, how we put that to use, and how do we do the GNH survey, which is conducted every 2 years. So you'll get a better understanding from there.